So, what does a pink high heel, a torch, and a little bottle of stuff have in common? Stay tuned, I'm going to tell you what that is. Hi everybody, it's Stephen here for Bland Designs, and this is vlog number 12 for Monday, April the 3rd, 2017. And what I'm going to talk to you today about is a bunch of things. First of all, I've been doing some more abstract painting, and I've been experimenting with something called pouring acrylics, and I think I explained that in the vlog last week. And I've really gotten addicted to this, and I think the stuff that I've been creating is quite interesting. So here's one piece. And here's another piece. And the one thing about these is I'm not getting things that are called cells. I think I mentioned that last week. So I mentioned at the very beginning this, my torch. So I've been watching some videos, and they are showing people creating their poured acrylic paintings using this torch, and that seems to help create the cells. Also, some of them have been putting some kind of a silicone spray into their paint when they mix it up. Now, I went looking for silicone sprays, and what I found was a silicone lubricant in the automotive section of Canadian Tire. So I thought, what the heck, give it a try. And it does work. So, in this last piece that I did, I actually have cells. Now, I haven't varnished this yet, so it's a little bit dull. I like the shiny effect, but these are cells. And I got quite a few this time, and I went over it with the blowtorch. You could do that very quickly. It kind of evaporates any air bubbles out of the paint as well. But I'm really liking this, and so I'm thinking maybe I'm going to do some much larger pieces and hang them on the wall in my rec room. Anyways, it's called poured acrylic. It's a lot of fun. It's messy, but it's a lot of fun. So you should give it a try, and just check out videos on YouTube. Just put in pouring acrylic, and you'll find all kinds of videos about that. Okay, now the other thing I showed you at the beginning of my video is my shoe, my hot pink shoe. Now, you've seen my other shoes that I've made. Well, this is my next one that I'm working on, and this one's going to have a beach theme, believe it or not. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Leave you wondering about why is it pink then if it's a beach theme, and what's going to happen. Just let you know, it also involves a pair of sunglasses. Enough said. It may be done in the next week or two. When it's done, I'm going to show it to you. The other thing I mentioned was this little thing of crystals, and this is called Crystal Clear, and there's another one called Frosting, and I am about to play with these. These are fantastic. They're a product that come from India. And it's a type of glitter, but there's all kinds of different things you can do with it. So today I'm going to experiment with it, and I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to post this video near the end of the week on Class Act, because this is the place, this is my local scrapbooking store, as you've heard me mention it before, and it's the only place in Canada that has the exclusive rights to sell this product, and it is a wonderful product. So stay tuned. Near the end of the week, go to Class Act Oshawa, just do a search in YouTube search bar, and you'll see my video when I have it done. I haven't made the video yet. This is my next project today after I finish this vlog, but believe me, this stuff is fantastic. Enough said. Okay, so what's pissing me off this week? Okay, there is a store, a shop in California somewhere. They have a YouTube video, and every year they have a giant sale, and they call it the shop that didn't hop. And in that sale they have like really great prices on all kinds of stuff. So that happened last July, so I ordered quite a few things. A lot of Tim Holtz dies, real expensive ones that were at ridiculously low prices, like less than half price, like a third of the price. And even though it's American funds, and our dollar sucks in Canada, and they do charge shipping. I'm not sure how much the shipping though. I figured it was worth the wait. And to be fair to this store, they did warn you that the wait was going to be some time. Now remember, I ordered this stuff in July. It is now April. I haven't gotten it yet. Now I knew that I probably was not going to see it before Christmas. I did. January came, February's come, March has come. I sent them an email. Took them a week to answer me. And basically they said yes, they're in the process of processing those orders. So I'm expecting that I should find out that I'm getting it maybe in the next couple of weeks or something like that. So fine and dandy. 9 months later, you get your product. What's really pissing me off though is the lady who runs the store seems like a really nice lady. She posts a video every week. It goes on for days. She's usually telling you some personal stories about her life too in the meantime. And they're a bit sappy. But, you know, why can't you be organized? You're a business. How many other people have sent you emails complaining about the speed that you process an order? The prices are really good, yes. But is it that good to have to wait that long for the stuff? It's been so long that I've forgotten what I've ordered, quite frankly. So it's going to be like Christmas when I finally get it. And it's a huge order because I think it's going to cost me well over $300 for that order. But you know, what pisses me off is that kind of service. You know, why? Why? Well, it must be a pain in the butt for them too. Because she's constantly saying, yes, we're working on it, but we're a small little mom and pop store. We only have a few employees. And she bleeds her heart out at you, all of this. And you know, after a while, the same old sob story gets just a bit tedious. So anyways, I think if you run a business, you want to give good customer service, and part of that customer service is getting products out as quickly as you possibly can, and stop giving excuses that you're a small store or whatever. If you're that small, if you can't keep up with those kind of orders, then you need to rethink what you're doing, I think. I don't know. I don't own a business. I'm sure there's other things in there that, you know, are factors that affect this. But it kind of pisses you off, really. Okay, enough about that. Resource of the week. Okay, so there's a site, and I'm going to put it up here in a second for you to see it. So this is where I'm going to just cut in the picture of this site. I'm trying something new here, so just bear with me. Okay, so the site is called Ken's Creations, as you could see on the YouTube capture that I did. And Ken's Creations, he's a crafter. He really specializes in cricket stuff, but he reviews all kinds of other things. And the reason I'm reviewing him is because he's kind of a success story on Ken's Creations on the web. He doesn't really do this as a business. I saw a video he made of his biography. He's a bank manager or something I think in Washington State. But he and his partner do these videos, talk about products. He's done lots of comparison videos between the Cricut and the Silhouette and the Brothers Scan and Cut. So it's a really great source if you're thinking about buying one of those machines, because his reviews are very, very good. He basically just went over 60,000 subscribers, and he started out zero. He's a bit of a success story. And somebody asked him how was it that he was able to get sponsorship from Cricut. Basically, Cricut found him. They saw that he was reviewing their machines and whatnot, and so they've kind of gone into a sponsorship with him. So, you know, it's one of those kind of like I went to Hollywood and someone discovered me kind of stories, I guess. But he is very good. He's very detailed. His videos are very professional. And it's a good site to check out. So do check out Ken's Creations. Okay, new stuff. All right, I got the Distress Oxide inks from Tim Holtz, and they are fantastic. Okay, the things you can do with them. Now, I haven't made a video about them yet because there's actually quite a few videos out there. I might do a small short one just to show what I've been doing with them, but they are really nice, and the thing that makes them different from the Distress ink pads, the regular ones, is that they're a combination of dye and pigment ink, and you can layer them. So what I mean by that is when you put one color on top of another color, and as long as you dry them in between, you will see the color that's underneath. You can't do that with Distress inks. When you do that, they're all water activated. When you do that with Distress inks, they become mud. So basically, it's a mess. But with the oxides, you actually can see it. And when water hits these, they do reactivate, but they kind of, well, basically oxidize. They create rings, lighter colored rings, halos around if you do it with like droplets of water and things like that. I've been experimenting with them. I really like them. You can get great watercolor effects with them. Do check out Jennifer McGuire on her YouTube. She's using them, making her cards, and everybody knows who Jennifer McGuire is. She is, you know, the guru of card making, basically. And she uses them, and she loves them. And she's got some very good videos on how she uses them and how they react to the water. So this is one product I think is revolutionary in the ink stamp industry. So that's the Distress Oxide Inks by Tim Holtz. Other new stuff. Well, I showed you at the beginning my torch. The torch is really meant for creme brulee, that kind of thing. It's a kitchen torch, but it works really well with the abstract paintings I've been showing you. So, I'm a little firebug and having fun with that. Okay, what's coming up as far as events? Well, this Friday we have RMG Fridays, which I've talked about before. It's once a month deal of all kinds of things happening at the art gallery that night, and I usually do what are called nutshell tours there. So there's a brand new show there. It's the OAA. This is the Oshawa Arts Association, and they put on a show there once a year. They're all local artists as well. So I'm going to their opening on Thursday night so I can learn about their stuff, so I'm ready to do the tours on Friday. We'll see how that goes. What's coming up? Well, Walter and I sat down the other night and we've got a kind of a one-year plan happening. We really want to go back to Australia. You've heard me say that before. And this time we want to explore the cities of Australia, beyond Sydney, like Melbourne, Victoria, that kind of stuff. So we have decided that we are going to plan for that, and in about a year's time, probably around next February, we're going to go back to Australia. And we're going to look for some tours that'll take us through the various cities along the coasts and spend some more time there because we had such a good time when we went this past year. So that's a long-term plan because it's expensive, so we need to save up. The other thing we're trying to do is redo our living room and dining room. The 90s called, they want it all back. It's time to bring it into the 21st century. Not exactly sure what we're going to do yet, but it involves major renovation. We have to pull up the old carpeting, figure out what we're going to put down on the floor, basically gut the room, gut the furniture, repaint, do the whole bit. So, and everybody knows when you redecorate, that's an expense. So that's part of our plan. And the other part of the plan is that this year, I have my 60th birthday. And that's in July. So I am planning a big party with some of my friends and that kind of thing. And when I throw a party, I usually throw a theme. So I'm thinking of doing this party as a 1957 theme, because everybody knows 1957, you had a classic Chevy came out in 1957. It was the year of a lot of great #1 hits on the music. A lot of classic hits came from that period, and I came from that period, and I am a classic. Okay, it had to be said. That's just my polite way of saying old. I'm a classic. Whatever. So I'm starting plans for that now. You can never plan too soon. And so that's what's going on. The other thing I'm thinking of, I'm seriously starting to think about how I am going to redo my craft room. I've got to purge, I've got to declutter, I have to redesign. You know, if you look at some of my past videos, there's a couple that go back that show different stages of my craft room. The last stage was my theory that if I can see my stuff, I'll use my stuff instead of it hiding away in drawers. So my cupboard doors have baskets on them with all my embellishments and things like that. Guess what? That theory didn't work out that well for me. I can see them, but I still don't use them all. So it's getting time to the point, and I think this came from my $800 haul, which if you haven't seen that video, check it out. When I start to go through that stuff, looking at it and go, why did I buy that? I know I am probably never going to use it, and I wasted a lot of money on that. I have a ton of stuff here that I've used once. There's still stuff in packages I've never used, but it was one of those I must-haves. I think it's time, at this stage in my life, to simplify. And really, just because I spent money on it, it's time to get rid of it. Now, when I say get rid of it, I'm going to set up 3 boxes. One is for garbage, one is for donating, and one possibly sell it, although I'm not really into the selling of stuff. I would rather give it away to a good home that I know somebody else would appreciate. Maybe it's just some place or somebody that can't afford to own this kind of stuff, and you know, for them this would be, you know, something exciting in their life, and that would make me feel good. And at the same time, I'm getting rid of a pile of crap that's in here. So you see that bookcase behind me? That's got to go. Those binders and all the other stuff on there, it's time to weed it out, throw it out, get rid of it. And I'd like to really, in my mind, my mind's eye, I'd like to put, you know, coordinating baskets up there with my things in them. I'll label them, but they'll look nice. They'll be nicely organized. They won't be all hanging out, and it's just going to neaten up the space. Also, I want to get rid of the crap that's on my walls and everything, and I really want to start putting up my more serious artwork as well on display. So what I did was I took pictures of my whole craft room, different sections. I call them zones. So I have 11 zones. And what I'm going to do is I've made a preliminary plan, my ideal of what I'd like to do. Now, you know, the ideal may not work out that way. It'll be adjustments. But it's a start. And I don't know, I haven't started this yet. I've just had the plan. I'll get started on it soon. And it's going to take me some time. And we'll see what happens. I have a vision in my head of what this room is going to look like when I'm finished. You'll see how that turns out, and I'll show that to you as well. But this is going to take several months, I'm pretty sure, to get this all done. It's also going to be hard to part with some things. One of my friends mentioned that she'd come over and give me a hand. I says, no, I don't want you to see me cry as I'm losing stuff. But you got to be brutal. You got to rip it away. And I think I'll go in with the attitude, if I had to move tomorrow, what would I move and what would I not want to move? Okay, so that's what I'm planning. Also, one other thing I just want to talk about as a final note. I would like more subscribers to my YouTube videos. Now, I'm not doing this for any money, okay? So you'll notice I never say to you, oh, and if you like the video, subscribe here and like me down here. I don't do that. I'm not going to beg for it. Those people who watch my videos and come back repeatedly, it's something for them they like. And I do these to share ideas and things with other crafters and people into the art world out there. I enjoy making them. I have fun. I've got a lot of nice comments about my vlogs. That makes me feel good that people are actually watching me and they get something out of it. But I'm trying to think, what can I do to make them better? And I've been watching a lot of other videos and videos about making videos, and so I'm going to try a few different techniques. I tried one on you today. Actually, I tried 2. One was, before you saw my introductory screen, I gave you a little teaser at the beginning. The other thing is I insert it in here. I don't know how well that's going to work, because as I say that right now, I haven't edited this video. So I intend to insert that little piece about Ken's creations in there as well. I'm going to see if that makes any difference, if that makes things a little bit more enjoyable. You'll have to let me know about that. If you have other suggestions, how I can make my videos, not just the vlogs, but my other regular videos. For example, I have noticed that people tend to like to see not just hands, they like to see the person working with it as well. So I might try that with my other types of videos as well, my process videos. But if you have any ideas that you think would appeal to the general population out there when they want to see YouTubes, send them along to me, okay? And I'm looking at constructive criticism, okay? There are certain things that are out of my control with videos. I hope you understand that. I'm not an expert in making these, but I want to get better. Okay, so that's what you could do for me if you have a mind to. So anyways, that's this week's vlog. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.